Going to go live now to Wish on Florida Road in Durban, which is where that musician AKA spent his last living moments. That's where we find our reporter Karinda Jagmohan, who has been following this story throughout the morning. Karinda, sight now of police tape around the scene as we were speaking in your last crossing. Those crime scene investigations personnel moving in toward the entrance. What more is happening there this morning?
Erin, the update at this point we know is that these are an organized crime unit. It's an organized crime unit that's taken over this crime scene. My colleague Lungelo Zungu will show you, and maybe he can also show you what we've seen is a bullet hole by the wall next to the entrance of Wish on Florida, which is ultimately showing you how the suspects would have sprayed the area with bullets before shooting dead AKA another person believed to be a close friend. Of course, we're yet to confirm that person's name, and a bodyguard has been injured and is in hospital, we understand. So right now, of course, earlier we were in this vicinity. The organized crime unit came here. They did say they're taking over the investigations, which ultimately means that they are looking into an element of organized crime. Around us, there are people who've come, they're taking pictures, they're just watching over this unfold. One of them, Kanisha, sir, thank you for speaking to us. You're watching the entire investigation unfold, and you know now that it was AKA who was killed. What's going through your mind at this point?
I mean, it's quite a shock, to be honest. I only found out in the morning. I got a WhatsApp message from my aunt, so I figured I'd come here, show my respect, pay my respect, and just, you know, hopefully the police can solve this matter, because it is quite an unfortunate event.
It is. You know, as you're standing here, you're sitting right next to the scene where he was murdered. When we think about what exactly happened last night, and perhaps then the joy that AKA brought to many people, what are you thinking of? You know, you're thinking of his music, you're thinking of his family.
I mean, he's a local talent, so I'm sure he holds a close place to most people. And the fact that we've lost a great artist, I think it's gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully the police can solve this matter, and those who have committed such a heinous act can be brought to book.
Absolutely. So thank you for speaking to us. And Kanisha has been watching over, as have many people here, watching over the police do their work. And you hear that he says, hopefully the police can finalize this matter. He's among those watching them closely. So we'll just show you a bit more of the crime scene, because next, Erin, we might take you to the mortuary as well, where there might be developments there. So this will be closed off. It is organized crime unit that is investigating this. And you know what is interesting is around us we also saw someone driving past playing AKA's music very loudly. So those like Nkaniso, you know, like the gentleman we spoke to much earlier, have come here to somehow pay their respects in some manner that they can, sitting here watching over police do their work, and perhaps come to terms with this, because of course AKA being a famous musician, for them they related in terms of relating to his music, and they want to pay their respects. You asked me earlier, you know, there'd be chances of people laying flowers here. We're not seeing that as yet, but what we are seeing is his music blasting in the vehicles that go by, young people coming and taking pictures as well. And just shocked at what has happened, especially because this crime scene went viral on social media last night with the unbelievable fact and the realization that it was a famous musician and his close friend that were killed last night.
Some key developments coming through this morning from Florida Road. Karinda Jagmohan there with the latest. We understand now it is an organized crime unit of the police at that scene. It has been cordoned off. There are crime scene investigations personnel among those from the police on site. And as we hear, fans of the beloved AKA blasting music, coming to pay their respects.